Well, it looks like the big fight between Canelo Alvarez and Floyd Mayweather is actually going to happen. And it's going to happen in September. Now, I'm actually excited for this fight. Now, this fight is going to be much, much more exciting than what we got with Mayweather versus Guerrero. When I found out Guerrero was going to fight Mayweather, I was like, well, it was going to be another easy victory. I mean, I knew that from the start because I knew the fight wouldn't be that competitive at all. Guerrero's too slow and way, way less skilled than Mayweather when it comes to pure boxing. And basically, what happened in that fight was exactly what I thought was going to happen. Mayweather was going to win the majority of the rounds, and Guerrero wouldn't be able to lay a hand on Mayweather. Now, the only thing that surprised me about that fight was Mayweather's father training him for that fight, because I didn't watch none of the pre-fight shows on Showtime, so I didn't know about Mayweather's father training him, and I wasn't expecting Mayweather's legs to look so good. You know, he was moving around that ring just like he used to when he was younger. But like I said, I wasn't excited about the Guerrero fight because I knew that would be an easy fight. Now, Canelo, he's going to be a much more challenging opponent for Mayweather because, first of all, he's young. He's very powerful. He's heavy-handed. His punches will hurt you. He's got pretty good, decent speed. He's not as fast as Mayweather, but Canelo is a lot faster than Guerrero. And Canelo can take a punch. From what I've seen, he has a pretty good chin. I've never really seen him hurt seriously in a fight. Now, as for the fight itself, my prediction, I think Floyd Mayweather's going to win this fight. Now, if you would have asked me my prediction like about a year ago, I probably would have said Canelo. But there was something I saw in that Austin Trout fight, and I think this is going to be Canelo's biggest problem. The reason why I think Mayweather's going to win this fight is because Canelo has questionable stamina, and we've seen this in the Trout fight. As we know, Canelo is not a high volume puncher. He doesn't throw a lot of punches compared to typical fighters of that weight class. You know, he likes to pick his shots. He tries to make each shot count. But he likes to take breaks. And he likes to fight in spots. Like he'll fight real good for about 30 seconds. And then for about a minute or a minute and a half of the round, he's not really doing nothing. He's either moving around or trying to dodge and duck punches. But see, the thing is, now Mayweather's not a high volume puncher either. Mayweather doesn't throw a lot of punches. But for Canelo to fight Mayweather, I think the best way to beat Mayweather would be to force Mayweather to fight out of his comfort zone, to put a lot of pressure on Mayweather. But the way Canelo fights, he's going to be fighting basically at the same pace that Mayweather fights at. And by Mayweather being naturally faster, he won't have to worry about so many punches coming at him. And with Mayweather's superior speed, I just think that Mayweather's punches are going to find its target. And I think Canelo is going to be missing a lot of shots. And see, by Canelo taking those breaks, it's going to really work against him, especially in the second half of the fight. Because as we've seen in Mayweather fights, during that second half of the fight, that's usually where Mayweather completely dominates his opponents. And with Canelo getting tired and taking breaks, Mayweather's going to take full advantage of that. And like I said, in the Austin Trout fight, that was a close fight. And the main reason why that fight was close because Canelo was taking way too many breaks. If Canelo would have stepped it up a bit, he could have won that fight more convincingly. But by him taking breaks, that's what actually allowed Austin Trout to get back into the fight. And he's not going to be able to afford to do that with Mayweather. Because if there's one thing Mayweather knows how to do, he knows how to win rounds. And he knows how to convince people that he's winning the rounds decisively. So the best way Canelo is going to have a chance, he's going to have to rough Mayweather up. He's going to have to... It's actually Canelo who's going to have to step out of his comfort zone and try to throw a lot more punches than what he would normally throw. Because he has the punching power to hurt Mayweather. So he's going to have to be more aggressive and hope he can catch Mayweather on the chin, which is not an easy thing to do. Now, at the same time, even though I'm saying Mayweather's going to win, it's not going to be like it was in the Guerrero fight. It's not going to be a easy... It's not going to be an easy victory for Mayweather. Mayweather's going to have to work for this victory. I could see Canelo winning 4 or 5 rounds, and then I see Mayweather winning the rest. But at the same time, Mayweather's defense has to be on point. If Mayweather gets careless and gets caught with too many clean shots, Canelo will get him out of there. But, I mean, to catch Mayweather at the right time is not an easy thing. Very few fighters have really hurt Mayweather. Shane Mosley, during the second round of their fight, he was able to catch Mayweather. And if Mayweather was to get put in that same situation against Canelo, if Canelo's stamina holds out, Canelo could get him out of there. But I think Mayweather may get stunned a few times in this fight, but he knows what to do when he gets hurt. He doesn't panic, and he'll hold on to his opponent if he needs to. But overall, I think that Mayweather will outpoint Canelo. Canelo has a real good chin, and Mayweather's punching power. He's not a pillow-fisted fighter like a Malignaggi or nothing like that. But he's not a power puncher either. He's just an okay, decent puncher, but he's just real quick. And he can catch you with punches you don't see coming because he's so fast. But Mayweather's punching power is not really going to bother Canelo at all. At least I don't think it will. But Canelo's punches could bother Mayweather if Mayweather gets caught by too many punches. But overall, I think Mayweather will outpoint Canelo. Now, here's my main concern. Now, I know this fight's going to take place in Vegas. It's not going to happen in Texas. But think about it. You got Mayweather, who is probably the highest paid boxer right now. You either love him or you hate him. But he's well known. Then you have Canelo, who's the young up-and-coming superstar. Now, I'm hoping that these judges don't screw this up. I really do. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but let's be realistic here. People have been wanting to see Mayweather lose for a long time. I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I just hope the judges call it like they see it. I hope they're fair. I don't want to see no controversy in this fight because it's going to be a good competitive fight. And I don't want no controversy to ruin this fight. But I know in the back of my mind, I'm just thinking that if this fight is close, they might just go ahead and give it to Canelo just because he's the young up-and-coming superstar. Now, Canelo is a golden boy fighter. Now, I'm not trying to say that De La Hoya is like Bob Arum, but then again, we never know. I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do give this fight to Canelo. If it goes the distance, just because um, Mayweather is. People have been wanting to see Mayweather lose for a long time, and I know that Golden Boy considers Canelo one of their cash cows. So, yeah, you never know. I'm just saying that don't be surprised if they do give it to Canelo. But let's hope that the judges do this right, call the fight fairly, you know. But, yep, I think that Mayweather's going to win by decision if the judges don't cheat. And tell me what you guys think about this fight. Tell me who you think's going to win. Are you excited for this fight? And this is actually going to be one of the few fights. It's actually been a long time since I've ordered a pay-per-view fight, but I think this fight does deserve my money this time around. So, that's all I got to say about that.